Hey, 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 it's Dr. Dawn, and welcome to Mystical Monday, episode 51. If you are joining me for the first time, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Dawn. I am an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. And what that means is I act as the go-between between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. I'm the one in the middle, relaying messages from the spiritual realm to the collective, which is all of you. On Monday nights, I operate as a conduit between spirit and the collective. And then I also see people one-on-one where I act as a conduit. I'm in the middle between them and their spirit team. And I actually introduce people to the spiritual beings that are on their team at this time who are guiding and assisting them on their earthly journey. Okay. So if you're ever interested in having a one-on-one session with me, please visit my website at discoveringyourinnerlight.com. Take a look at some of my services, see if there's anything that interests you or may be of assistance or benefit to you at this time during your journey, okay? All right, so it wouldn't be Mystical Monday if we weren't talking about things beyond the veil, right? We talk about all those things and beings that you can't see that exist right here in front of you, okay? And so this Monday, we're going to kind of talk about what is happening in the spiritual realm as it relates to information that is trying to come through to us from beyond the veil, but we sometimes miss it because we're too stuck in our human avatars and ways of being, our conditioned way of being, to hear, decipher, interpret, and receive the information, okay? The more we start to evolve, the more you won't need intuitive guides, spiritual teachers, healers, all of us who are assisting right now in the evolution of the planet to help awaken everyone to their inner light and their abilities as we move towards our spiritual essence of being. We're trying to come out of this human avatar and move more closely to our original state of being, which is a spiritual being and a light body, which doesn't entail all this flesh and all this stuff that comes with being human, right? And so part of that means that we receive information from beyond the veil. What does that mean? We receive information beyond the veil. We receive information from spiritual beings who are all around us at all times, okay? We know of the most prominent being, which we refer to as God or Source, or the Creator, right? But there are also other divine beings of light that are assisting us, such as spirit guides, angels, divine beings of light, our ancestors, multidimensional beings like ourselves who are all around the cosmos, assisting and guiding us, but you still guys aren't aware of their presence and their relevance in your journey. And I want to really hit that tonight because although everybody or people who follow me or who have had sessions with me, you guys are very well aware of these spiritual beings, but it's hit or miss. It's not consistent where you guys are like reaching out and connecting with these beings. And we're in a time now where that's going to be pretty much paramount. Like you're going to be relying on not just those beings, but the being of your being, your higher being outside of you, your higher self, which is guiding you throughout this entire journey. Okay. So tonight I want to talk a little bit about the downloads that are trying to come through during this time, okay? What is a download, you guys? For those of you who don't know, it is information that is given to you telepathically from the spiritual realm. It's downloaded into your awareness, and it consists of information and guidance, okay? That's a download. It couldn't be from you because you're going, wait a minute, where did this come from? Or I just got some information, or that's a download. You get this divine, mysterious information that comes out of nowhere, right? And so sometimes it doesn't come out of nowhere. Sometimes it's intentional. You ask for the guidance and then you get an answer or response immediately. Let's talk a little bit about this information that is trying to come through at this time. So a lot of us are missing the guidance. I may sound like a broken record, but I gotta keep hammering this in because the more and more we evolve and the more we become aware, the more and more we're going to start tuning in to the guidance that we are and we are not receiving. Okay. So if the guidance is trying to come through at this time, and it's having a difficult time coming through to you, meaning a lot of you are like, I just don't know my purpose. I just don't know what I should be doing. I just don't know if I should quit my job. I just don't know if I should stay with this person. Like, you guys have all these questions that you require answers to, that you seek the answers outside of you from other people. When in actuality, the answers are trying to come directly to you at this time. But a lot of times you're not getting them because you're blocking them. How are you blocking them? You're holding on to attachments that are causing you to have the information repel, meaning it comes to you and it goes away from you because you're still holding on to the limited beliefs and conditions that you feel are keeping you in your neutral place of being. When it actually isn't keeping you in a neutral place, it's keeping you stagnant. It's keeping you in your comfort zone. Okay, let me tell you something. A lot of times, and I did this before on one of my TikTok videos, telling people you got to change things up to change the energy. Okay, because it's very difficult for some of us to just detach from some of the things that we've been believing or the people we've been with for years and years and years and years. So you got to start changing the energy. Okay, let me tell you how I changed the energy. I told you guys on TikTok, I changed it by coloring my hair. Okay, that was one way. But let me tell you another way I changed the energy. So I intentionally the other day wore something that was too small. It was too small. And I knew it was too small before I left out the house, but I wore it on purpose. You know why? Because it made me uncomfortable. Okay. Now you say, Dawn, why do you want to make yourself uncomfortable? When you are uncomfortable, it shifts your mindset to change. It subconsciously shifts your mind. You're not even planning it. You're not even thinking about it. You're not even putting a lot of energy behind it because subconsciously uncomfort or discomfort automatically pushes you to want to change something. All right. So you guys know I've been on a weight loss journey for a while now, right? I'm losing it slowly, and I'm good with that. I'm good with the slowly, but to keep the momentum going and to keep me focused and to keep me moving in my energy and my flow, I intentionally wore something that was too little. Why? Because it shifted me the whole time I had it on. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and exercise. I went out. I said, oh, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to eat that fruit instead. Oh, I'm going to see. It kept me in a mindset of awareness. Because I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable in the clothing I had on. So I constantly was in the energy of change, of shift, of what I was going to do to keep going so that I could get to my level of comfort. Same thing with you guys. Same thing with you guys. I used weight loss. You could be trying to meet a soulmate. You could be trying to get healthy. You could be trying to manifest wealth or financial prosperity or something like that. Do something that makes you uncomfortable in the process of what you're trying to achieve. Do it, because that discomfort keeps you in awareness. The awareness keeps you in shift. The shift keeps you in receiving mode of how to get information or to get guidance on how to get to where you're going. Okay, let's stay with my example of wearing something that was too little. Okay, all right. So I'm wearing something too little, and the whole time I'm out, I'm thinking of all the things that I'm going to do. I'm motivated to get back home to work out. I had actually worked out already that morning, but that day I was like, I'm going to work out twice just because I was that uncomfortable. It changed my attitude towards what I was going to eat, all of that. So I am in awareness mode of what I'm trying to do to shift. Now I'm driving. And while I'm driving, I'm getting a download. I'm getting a download. Okay, now, how am I getting this download? Because I've opened myself up. I've moved out of my regular state of being, my routine, my conditioned belief of how I usually do things. And I've opened it up now because I'm uncomfortable and I'm opening myself up to guidance, like assistance, because I've shifted the energy. Okay, stay with me. So I'm driving, I'm in my car driving, and I'm getting guidance. My guidance says, basically, don't overdo it. You're on the right path. Stay the course. You don't need to work out again. Keep doing what you're doing, but stay consistent. All you have to do is be consistent. Consistent, consistent, consistent. It doesn't take 2 or 3 workouts a day. It doesn't take depriving yourself of everything that you want. All it takes is consistency. This is the download coming in. So the download is opening me up in my awareness to look, you were getting ready to, you may have gotten uncomfortable, you may have shifted your energy, but we want to make sure you're shifting your energy in the right direction. See, right now you're shifting it to change, absolutely, but you're putting yourself in an almost anxiety type state. You're putting yourself in a state of emergency or a state of panic. Like, I got to do this, I got to do that, because if I don't, I'm going to stay, feeling uncomfortable in my skin. But you're putting yourself in a state of panic. So we want to pull you back. Now that you've shifted your energy and you've allowed us to come in, because the energy shifted and you've removed the block. Now we can come in and talk to you. And we want to tell you to stay consistent. Now, you guys will say, well, Dawn, how do you know who was talking to you? How do you know if it was your guides? How do you know if it was your higher self? How do you know if it was God? Like, how do you know? Because everybody wants to know who it is that's talking to them. You guys, I'm in a state of awareness in my journey and on a timeline to where I don't care who it is. Any divine being of light that is giving me information that is helping to guide and assist me and helping me to increase my self-love, my self-worth, my self-awareness. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. So in this particular example, it was a guide. How do I know it's a guide? Because of what I do for a living, and I can distinguish between energy. But you guys don't do this for a living. So you may not be as energy, not fluent, but you know what I mean. You may not be as comfortable identifying who is who is who is who. Is it an angel, a guide, a multidimensional being? Is it my grandmother? Is it my mother? Is it who? Like, you guys may not be very well versed in that, because this has come with a lot of practice for me over time. Okay, so I knew it was one of my spirit guides. And in that moment, when I was getting the information, you guys, it's like I went, oh, like an exhale came over. Like I felt calm. Whereas right before that, when I was thinking of, I got to do another workout. I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to do something different. I was in a state of kind of like, not chaos, but I was doing too much energetically. And so you'll know when it's divine guidance in your download, because you literally will feel like you'll feel like a sense of relief. You'll feel a sense of happiness, comfort, encouragement. You will know that you know that you know. You just got to download. Okay. And so it is very important now that we start detaching from our routines, our thought patterns, our beliefs of what we think it takes to do something, because all that is wrong at this point. All of it is wrong, because this new frequency and energy is kind of showing us, hey, this is great how you guys have been doing it all this time. But guess what? It's an easier way to do that now. We're going to show you in this new frequency. Okay. Staying with my example, back in the day, you would have worked out 2-3 times a day, right? That's how you do it. You get your body right. You get everything, your mind right. You get, like, that's what we promoted and pushed, right? But now we're into longevity. We're into what makes us feel whole, what makes us feel complete, focusing more on how we feel instead of the result, the end result. We got to work, we're focused on the feeling, because the feeling is what is manifesting and pulling into your energy field and your awareness, your desires. Okay. So it took for my spirit guide to remind me, wait a minute, you're going off into that old program, that old paradigm. Come on back to the frequency that you're in, which is how you feel. And just by them telling me, you don't have to do all that, just stay consistent with what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing fine. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep moving, keep going. Automatically shifted my energy and awareness. Okay. Same thing with you guys as it relates to meeting somebody or to creating wealth. Stop thinking I got to work 4 jobs and I got to put this money away and I got to save and I got to invest in this and I got to get a Bitcoin, get in Bitcoins and I got to do this. And I do, like, you're getting yourself into the old energy of trying to prepare, predict, and get ready for what you think is coming down the road in your life, instead of just staying in a place of neutrality, peace, so that you can receive guidance and downloads each step of the way to move you towards your desires. This is new for us, you guys. This getting the information in real time, in the now, that takes us step by step to where we're going is not how we've operated. And so this isn't a big adjustment for us. We're used to operating on what we see down the road, what's coming down the road, to prepare for what we think may happen down the road. That's how we've been doing it. That's not going to work in this energy. It's going to be counterproductive, as you saw with me in my example. I was already in, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do this. I was in down the road, and I wasn't in the moment, in the now. All I had to do was stay right here and realize I'm already in the flow. I'm following the guidance. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Stay in the flow. Okay. All right. So that's one of the main reasons collectively we're not getting the message in the downloads. Okay. Because we're holding on and attached to the old beliefs, conditions, and ways of doing things that are interfering with us receiving this new information. Okay. We are learning how to replace fear and chaos. Fear and chaos. That's what we know. We know that well, don't we? That's literally what you're doing when you try to predict, project, or do something ahead of time. You're trying to replace or prevent fear and chaos from entering in your life. It's one of your defense mechanisms. It's the survival mode that you are in and that you've always been in. But you don't have to do that now. Now you got to back up and make your focus unity, confidence, love, self-worth, strength, happiness. You got to get into those. And so when you get into those first, then you get the guidance, the assistance, the encouragement that you need so that you can be prepared, because that's what you want to be, right? For what is to come in your life experience. Okay. It's a new way of doing it, you guys. It's a new way of doing it. We have now got to, or we are now finding ourselves tapping into the frequency of angels and spirit guides. Now, what does that mean? Okay, before we were in a lower frequency, right? So we were pretty much tapping into the bottom of the bottom, which is each other. We weren't hearing beyond the veil. We weren't seeking beyond the veil. And oddly enough, even if you're religious and you were studying a particular religion, you still weren't tapping into the frequency of angels and guides. You were more or less tapping into the frequency of other humans. And their beliefs and their teachings and their understandings. You were still at that level of awareness and participation in terms of frequency. We're moving away from that now. We're moving into more of tapping into a higher frequency, a more divine realm, a more spiritual realm, if you will, of higher dimensional frequencies and beings. Okay. And for those of you who don't believe in the God, spirit guides or angels or multidimensional beings, let's just say God. You're moving now into the frequency of God, of the source. You're moving more into your awareness of connecting directly with God, with the source. You are now moving away from other human beings being the source of your guidance and your understanding for your life. Okay. And so because we're now tapping into the frequency of these divine beings, all of us are, whether you're conscious of it or not, you are now starting to realize that divine intervention is at play 99.99% of the time in your life. It's divinely orchestrated, a divine plan set up for you and your life. We're coming into an awareness of this, right? We're coming into an awareness. And so look, because we're coming into an awareness of this, and you guys don't have to take my word for it, you know, it's all over social media, even on television now, people are now starting to tap into the concept of extraterrestrials, spirit guides, angels, communications beyond the veil. It's becoming, we're starting to get desensitized to it. We're not all the way there yet, but we're starting to now welcome and accept that concept a little more because we're now experiencing these communications beyond the veil, right? We all are. And we're not calling ourselves crazy, or we're not chalking it up to a coincidence or something weird or strange. We're now giving it the title that it deserves, which is communication with the spiritual realm. And so look, we're also realizing, consciously and subconsciously, that you won't receive this guidance or you won't receive the entering of these beings into your life unless you invite them. Now, look, here's where it gets scary for you guys, because in the past, when you say invite in beings, unless it was God or the source or an angel, anything other than that, you go, woo, wait a minute, I don't want to invite nothing in because I don't know where it's coming from, and I can't control what comes around me, and I can't see it. So then it made you feel defenseless. You just weren't doing that before, okay? Now we're stepping into an awareness that we attract what comes into our energy field. We are the magnet that attracts what comes in, around, and to us, okay? And so now that we're aware of this, we are feeling a little more comfortable calling in these higher dimensional beings because we know our intentions. See, our intentions are not to call in these beings to evoke havoc on other people or harm, or to wish bad on others, or to hurt ourselves, we're calling in these beings because we're trying to create love, happiness, create divineness, more awareness. We're trying to feel more of a connectedness to God, to the source. So our intentions are of light and of divine essence. So we're more comfortable now because we're realizing that what we put out is what comes back. See, before, that ain't what we knew. That ain't what we was conditioned to do. We thought anything beyond the veil that you talk to ain't right. You can't do it because we're not supposed to, because anything that we can't see or is not God or source directly, it can't be for our good. So stay away. Don't do it. Like, no. Warning, warning, warning. That's what we thought, right? And so we've also had that glorified through the media. You know, there were people who get exorcists, and, you know, there are demons, and, you know, there's all this that has been glorified in our media to keep us in a state of fear and in a distance from communicating with beings beyond the veil. But we're now learning, we're pulling back the veil. People are pulling it back, going, no, wait a minute, that don't even sound right. Or now, wait a minute, you telling me that if I talk to a spirit guide, I could be talking to a demon, or I could pull in a demon, or I could cause a demon to come, or, okay, so then we evolve, right? We start doing like, we start doing different rituals, right? To clear our homes or clear the energy around us, to make sure that nothing comes in our path or to us that is not of divine good. Remember, we was doing that for a minute. People were burning sage. Well, people still burn sage, so let me not say past tense. People burn sage, they do the rituals. Then we started to get more comfortable because we felt like, okay, we have some means of defense. We're going to burn sage and do all of that and cleanse, and we'll be good. Okay. Again, you guys, we've evolved even beyond that, okay? We're at the point now where we are starting to step into our power, and we're starting to say, hey, I am of divine light. Only those things that are of me and of the light I possess can come towards me. If you're not, then you can't. And I'm not worried. So we got people now who are standing in that strength and that awareness. But guess what? That comes with the frequency upgrade. That comes with this new energy that is on the planet. That comes with this awareness of the protection that you have that you can't see. See, we didn't have that awareness before. We didn't have that energy before. We didn't have that frequency before to give us that support, but we got it now. We got it, and we're standing in it, okay? So when you are standing in it, okay, and you are asking for assistance and guidance, stay with me, you guys. We're still on the same lesson. We're going to stay with the one with me and my whole weight loss thing. I'm still with it. When you are doing your journey and you are moving and navigating towards what you're trying to achieve, which for me, let's stay with weight loss. When you're moving towards that, you get a direct connect with the source, aka God, aka the divine realm. So that means information, guidance, encouragement, and assistance is available to you at all times of the day, night, any moment in your experience here on earth. So then look, you start saying, this is how you ask for divine guidance. This is how you connect with your spirit team. This is how you let them know you're open, willing, ready, and your antennas are up to receive information. You start out by saying, hey, show me, and then finish that phrase. Or you say, how can I learn to blank, and let them show you. Open it up to the infinite possibilities that they're going to show you, okay? A lot of us have been programmed in the old energy to think you got to hear somebody talking to you. They got to like actually talk to you and tell you the guidance. Not so. They will get the information to you through the channel that they feel is most comparable or the most successful with where you are in your frequency range. Okay. So for some of you, no shade to nobody, but it's levels to this thing a little bit. I hate to say it, but it is levels. For some of you who don't hear a voice, baby, you might get an answer that knocks you down. So you know it's them giving it to you. They may send it through your coworker, the answer to your question. You may read it in your book that you're reading. They're going to get the answer to you by the means that they know you will be receptive to understanding, seeing it, and receiving it. Okay? But you must ask, show me, what is the best way to blank? How can I blank? You must open your mouth to ask for the assistance. Okay? So you said, well, wait a minute, Dawn, you're giving us all these little secrets and tidbits. So it'll put somebody like you out of business because people come to you to get that information from their guides. Guess what, y'all? It ain't going. I'm the third party. I'm a third party. I'm here right now working as a third party as we're shifting the collective. I'm living in my purpose. I'm on my mission. I'm doing what I came here to do. But I also am in the awareness that this ain't going to be it for the entire time that I'm here. It's going to be it now because you guys are needing this right now as you shift in your awareness. But guess what? As your awareness increases, you won't need me. You won't need me or anybody like me. If you got spiritual teachers that are giving you the information, that are helping you and assisting you with understanding, awareness, increasing your frequency. All of us, we're on mission right now. We're on task. We're doing what we came here to do, but we did it with the awareness and understanding that the paradigm is different now. There is no follow the leader. There is no one person knows more than the other. There is no best way or the correct way. It's just a way now. And so we're here to give you guys an awareness and to give you information that's going to assist you as you evolve on your journey. And then guess what? All of us fade out. We will fade out. So every spiritual person that you follow right now, social media, you've attended their courses, you've read their books, they're all here in this moment serving a purpose to assist you with the guidance and the downloads to offer like support as you get the download that all of us are getting collectively. All right. But we're not here, as in past times, to be martyrs. We're not here to be the ones who tell you the right and the wrong way. That's not what we're here to do. And you guys, part of you being able to receive the downloads that are coming through are that you start to get into that awareness that guess what? It's only you. It's only you. And so that's part of the letting go that you have to do because you're so conditioned to be able to grasp onto another human to guide you, to comfort you, to encourage you, to teach you, to everything for you. That the thought of you having to be your own guide, your own discerner, now that's not even a word, but I'm gonna make it up tonight. Your own discerner, your own link to God or the source scares the living daylights out of most of you because that's not your conditioning. But it's okay because guess what? As your frequency increases, it ain't gonna scare you no more. It's gonna be a prerequisite. You're gonna start to step into your awareness that when others are assisting and guiding you, they're speaking from their experience and their soul's journey. And you're gonna start to use the information as a source and a comparison, but not as the primary piece of information as it relates to your journey, okay? So we're going through this detachment, this recalibration, this restructuring. We're going through a lot here on the planet Earth. So don't get me wrong, okay? Again, I promote what I do because I know that I am a viable piece in this transition. And anybody who comes to me, you guys, if you're watching this tonight and you've had a session with me, put it in the comments. I do not promote constantly coming back to me. I do not do that. I explain to my clients after I give them their introductory session with their guides, and their guides give them the information as relates to where they are in their journey, some of the things they need to do, what's going on in their life and what's to come. I say, because most of my clients say, should I come back to you next week? And I say, why would you come to me next week? You have been introduced to your guides. I say, come to me when you are communicating with your guides and you allow them ample opportunities to give you information and guidance, and maybe you get stuck, or maybe you need confirmation or clarification. I'm here to assist you, but do everything you can on your own first before seeking me out. Because see, I'm aware of that conditioning that is taking place now. I'm going to promote the change that is happening on the planet. The previous paradigm said, you see somebody once a week, twice a week, once a month, twice a month. There was a prescribed methodology, right, for seeking out assistance and guidance and spiritual direction. You know, you had a schedule. Well, we can't have no schedule no more, because we're in the now. Things are happening rapidly, daily. Your spirit guides, we're all getting upgraded consistently. Downloads are coming like crazy. So you have to operate in the moment. Seek assistance when you're guided to seek assistance. Take a moment to go within first to see if, oh, I need to schedule another appointment with Dr. Dawn. I need to, because blah, 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 blah. Your spirit team will confirm yay or nay, okay? A lot of times you guys have the answers and you come to me, I'm just confirming. I'll give you what I said, what I'm getting, and then you'll go, that's what I thought, or that's, and so sometimes I'm operating as a conduit to your confidence in the messages that you're getting. I love doing that. You guys will sometimes listen to what I say, and then you'll sit there in amazement because you knew it, okay? So my role is multi-purposed at this time, but I tell you what my role is not. I am not your leader. I'm not the one that is the end all to this. I am but a guide, a human intuitive guide. And I added that title of mystical messenger because I'm gonna give you the information I'm getting from beyond the spiritual realm. It may be mystical, it may be kind of, oh my goodness, but I'm gonna give you that because sometimes, as I said in the beginning, your signals get a little bit of interference and you can't hear because you're still attached to something that is limiting or prohibiting you from getting the information. Okay. All right. I had to put a little plug in there for myself, but I want you guys, if this information is resonating with you or you find it helpful, please like this video. Like it, and like it. Because the more you like it, the more others who are at this point in their journey can get this information, because that's the system we're in, right? That's the algorithm matrix kind of system that we're in right now. And so let's play that part of the game, if you will, so that we can push out this new frequency information to the collective who needs it at this point. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, so you are you're in this new awareness, right? And you're starting to decrease your resistance, right? Because I have faith in you. I know that you will, because you have no choice. Because as you evolve, all of this stuff is going to be happening, whether you realize it or not. I want you to stop being so hard on yourself, because everybody's so hard on themselves as it relates to their spiritual journey. Oh, I shouldn't have did this. Oh, why didn't I do that? Oh, I need to do more of this. Oh. No, you don't need to do more of anything. You're not doing anything wrong. You should not have done something differently. No, you got to understand this entire journey is just based off of every experience that you have. Just picture yourself on a Monopoly board, just walking around the board, and each square you land on is a different experience. Do you have a direction that you can go on the board? You can go right instead of left, absolutely. But if you go left instead of right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what direction you go, because you're still going to have the experience that will help to assist your soul. There's no experience that you could have that does not help your soul in some way. So you can't do anything wrong. That's spoiler alert. You can't do anything wrong or not do anything enough. No, it doesn't exist. Okay, so stop being so hard on yourself on this journey, and stop taking yourself and things so seriously. This experience was never meant to be serious. It wasn't. Even though we have suffered through lots of things on this planet, we have experienced different things on this planet that we consider to be unfair or not just or right or just horrific. It's still not good or bad. It's just an experience that we had while we were here. That's all it is, adding to an imprint in our soul and in our Rolodex of things that happened while we were here. And most likely, when these things happen, we learned something or something came from it. That's why it's never anything wrong down here that you could do or that could happen, because it's just an experience. Okay? I want you guys to start doing something right now. Let's help. We're staying in this whole concept of being able to let the downloads come through. Let's talk about another thing that blocks the downloads from coming through. You guys, please learn to forgive. Please, please, please learn to forgive. Now, I said forgive, but I ain't say forget. You hear me? Learn to forgive, because you're actually, everybody, you all know, people say forgive because you're doing it for you, not that other person. True. But when you forgive, you're basically telling that person, I no longer think about you. You no longer in my energy field. I wish you well, but I don't even need to be concerned myself with you. That's what you're saying when you forgive. Okay. And in that forgiveness, you say, let's see what the accountability is in this experience. What did I learn? What was my part in it? If apology is needed on your behalf, apologize. Great. And then do whatever change is needed to move you forward. And for a lot of us now in this new energy, the change that is needed is distance. We step away. We go, okay, I got it. It's been real. Off I go. Okay. So you forgive, but don't forget. Don't ever forget. If you are in a position where someone has hurt you to the point where you don't ever want to feel that hurt again or be put in that position again, especially if it's been multiple times, definitely do your checklist. Look at your accountability in it. Look at how you did or did not apologize, or you should, I guess, if you feel like you need to, and make the change that is needed, so that you never have to experience that again. Okay. But we got to forgive, you guys. The old energy said, I ain't forgiving nothing. Like, he gonna remember, or he or she's gonna remember what they did to me, or that was the old energy. And we thought that was doing something by holding grudges, like we were hurting the other person. And ultimately now in the frequency that you're in, you're blocking the downloads that are coming through. So you got to go through, you guys, and you must forgive. Okay. Remember, forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It just means you're letting go of that situation, circumstance, or person that has caused you to be stuck. Okay. And isolate. And honestly, you guys, when you go through this process and you realize that energy is a boomerang, it is a boomerang, literally a boomerang. You are the cause and the effect. You are the cause and the effect. So let's say somebody did you wrong. Literally, somebody did you wrong. Y'all, it's a boomerang. It is a boomerang. That energy is going right back around to come hit them in the face. Literally. So if that helps you be able to take accountability, apologize, step away, do the change, then do it. Because you got to get that concept that that energy, you are energy, and energy is a boomerang. All it does is go out and come back, out and come back, out and come back, out and come back. All right. So doing that will help you open your frequency and your energy so that you can get a download. Okay. Another thing that's going to help you be clear to receive your downloads. I hope you guys, I've been hitting my microphone a lot tonight. So if you've been hearing that, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to it yet. I'm trying to get used to it. Don't people please right now. I'm guilty of that. Used to do it. We previously thought that by people pleasing, we were keeping the peace, keeping everything, kind of neutral, like going along. You can't, don't people please, because you're supporting a behavior. You're supporting a behavior not just on your behalf of trying to be liked and loved and supporting or putting out the signal to the universe that you need more love or you feel inadequate as it relates to love, but you're also promoting, like maybe in some instances, behaviors in other people that shouldn't be you shouldn't be people pleasing. So when you find yourself people pleasing, stop right in your tracks. Stop, shift, redirect. Okay. And in some instances, if you have to be literal when you do it, stop, step away, go somewhere else, or end the conversation. Do not people please. That is an energy, you guys, that will block the downloads from coming through, because you got to understand how you interpret the downloads is based off of where you are in your awareness and your frequency. And if you're feeling like you got to please everybody, the information that comes in, you may not interpret it the way that it's meant to be interpreted, because you're in the mindset of, I can't make this person mad, or I don't want to make this person uneasy, or, oh, I want to keep this person in my life. So no people pleasing. And I know that's a hard thing to do, but like I said, when you find yourself doing it, stop, redirect, step away, move on. All right. Okay. Another thing that will assist you in having the downloads be able to come through better and clearer. Invest in yourself. You guys have got to be healthy. You've got to be strong. You have got to come first now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You guys see how I'm telling you about my weight loss thing. I've always put that in the back burner because to me, I was concerned about like the health and well-being of my grandparents or my parents or, you know, others around me, but just not myself. No, 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 no. You must now invest in you. You must now start to realize you've got to be healthy and strong so that you're in your best state of awareness and being, and you can perform and attract what you want into your life. You are of no help and assistance to anyone around you, no matter what environment you're in, be it family, work, social. You can't do none of that if you are not in your optimal place of being. You must come first. You must invest in yourself. Do whatever you need to do to be able to make that happen. For me, it is starting my day early. I got to get that exercise in. I got to get those endorphins going. If that means I got to get up earlier, so be it. If it means my clients, I got to see my clients later in the day because I got to do that, so be it. But I'm going to get that in because that's investing in me first. Okay? Today, I'm not live. This Mystical Monday is pre-recorded. Why? Because I am in a state of meditation, relaxation, and connection today. Not feeling the energy of going live. Because when I go live, you guys, I don't just have my energy, I have all of you guys' energy coming towards me on the live. I don't feel like absorbing that today. So I'm putting me first. I'm investing in me first. And I said, hey, I'm not going to leave my people hanging. I'm going to record the message and upload it, but I just don't have it in me to go live today. That's okay. Invest in yourself first. Do what you need to do. If that means taking off work, take off work. If that means you don't do nothing, don't do nothing. If that means you walk 10 miles because you got to clear it out, do it. Invest in you first. And first and foremost, I should have did this one first, but I'm doing it last. The downloads will come through clearly once you own who you are. I'm going to say that again. The downloads will come through clearly, concisely, rapidly, and frequently once you own who you are. They cannot do that as long as you're in a state of denial, as long as you're in a state of blaming other people for who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. The messages ain't coming through. They ain't coming through at all. You've got to own who you are. You've got to say, oh, I didn't get this weight overnight. I didn't. Nobody did that. Not at all. You got to own who you are. You got to own that sometimes, I'm using me for example, y'all stay in my example with the weight gain. I used food as a comfort, okay? To taper off anxiety or anger or depression. Food was the go-to. Food was the go-to. I owned it. I owned it, recognized it. Now I'm aware. Not doing that this time. I get into a state of anger. Go take some breaths, walk it off. I get a little bit of anxiety. Oh, let me go do some jumping jacks. Let me jog. You got to own you, own why you are where you are. When you do that, here come the messages, here come the downloads. You got the clarity to interpret. You can, if you're not owning who you are, you ain't gonna, the information is gonna be confusing. You're gonna be like, I think I heard this. Maybe it was that, because you're putting you in it, because you're putting optimally what you want the information to be into it and not what it is, because you're not being honest with who you are in no sense of your life. Okay. So you got to own who you are, and those downloads will come on through. They come on through. And for goodness sakes, stop matching the energies of others. Oh, y'all, I still learn this one. When you find yourself in situations where you know the energy is off, you looking at the person, you immersed in the situation, where energy just ain't feeling right, you know it ain't right, it ain't yours, stop matching it. Don't come down to it. If you're in a situation where there's yelling and arguing, don't you yell and argue too. You don't came down to that frequency and that energy. When you're in a situation where people are being judgmental, comparing each other, don't you join in. Don't you join in for the sake of conversation. Don't match the energies. This is difficult because a lot of times we'll do that for the sake of not standing out of a crowd or a group. You know, you'll find yourself, even if it's just nodding or smiling, kind of like you look like you're in agreement, but you're just trying to just, you know, give something, you're still matching the energy. This will be an ongoing thing for a lot of us, including myself. But when you get that awareness that you are matching the energy, you guys, I've gotten really abrupt with it. I get up and walk away. I get up because you're not going to, I have to protect my peace, my energy, my focus, my happiness, my vision, and my mental space at all costs. I'm not going to let you do it. Now, you may taunt me and get me leveled off for a second, but then I'm going to pull it back, get into my awareness, and I'm going to move away. I'm going to move away because I'm not going to give you that. So I want you guys to start being aware of when you're matching the energy of others. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. Okay? All right. Ooh. How y'all feel? Do y'all feel good? Does this information resonate? Make sure you leave me some comments, questions down below, because I want to hear from you guys with this. This is so crucial to not just my purpose and my journey and what I'm trying to do while I'm here on the planet, but I hope that you guys realize that just your comments, your questions are healing for yourself, not just me. We learn and we bounce off of each other. Remember, what did I tell you guys? Energy is just, it's a boomerang. We're going back and forth with the energy. So just as you guys thank me for my videos, my content, I'd like to thank you, you know, by being able to be a vessel to assist you with comments and questions that you may have. So please feel free to drop it below in the comments section. Make sure you like this if you liked it. If you don't, then don't. But just indicate energetically, you know, where you are, because we don't realize it. But it used to annoy me when people say, oh, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and follow. It was like a script over and over and over again. But I dug, or my higher self pulled back the veil on that and said, that's just irritating you because it's something you're not comfortable doing. But if you look at it from a spiritual perspective, if somebody likes, subscribes, or follows, it's an energetic exchange. That's all we're doing is exchanging energy. So you're saying, hey, you gave me a little energy, let me give it back to you in this way. So keep that energy exchange going no matter what you do, because it's a boomerang. You guys, it's cause and effect. You are the cause and effect. You put it out, it comes back. You put it out, it comes back. Okay. All right. You guys, this has been a wonderful Mystical Monday, episode 51. Even though I wasn't on there with you guys live, I hope that energetically this hit you, it resonated with you, because it was downloaded to me just today, this morning, to share with all of you. Okay. Now, With all of that said, if you want to learn more about me, please visit my website, www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com. I am currently on Instagram at Discovering Your Inner Light. I'm currently on TikTok at Discovering Your Inner Light. If you want any of my content information, please go to the About section here on YouTube. Yeah, and it gives you all my stuff, all my handles, if you will, on how to get in touch with me. I love to hear from you guys. I love my one-on-one sessions. Despite all of that, I told you guys about not needing me down the road. I'm prepared for that. But as long as you do, I'm here as we're in this frequency of evolution. And I so look forward to assisting all of you on your journey, okay? All right, my name is Dr. Dawn. I'm here every Monday night at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube at Discovering Your Inner Light. You guys take care. Be aware, and most of all, start opening yourself up to receive these downloads that are coming to the collective, because these downloads are helpful, they are comforting, and they are encouraging. So I want all of you to be in this frequency shift. All right, you guys, I will see you next Monday. Thanks for spending your Monday night with me. And until next time, much love and light to you. Bye-bye.